all you grateful people out here. This is Lochan Alam. I am IIT Roorkee alum, and I'm also the secretary of IIT Bay Area Alumni Association. Along with me, my colleagues Arnab Devnath, Vice President IIT Bay Area Alumni Association, and Aziz Khan, Conference Chair, will be your host for the day. Before we begin, just for a show of hands, how many of you are attending an first in-person conference after the pandemic? Wow, almost 90%. A huge round of applause to all of you for showing up on Saturday morning for the IIT Bay Area Leadership Conference 2022. Well, the theme of the conference this year is reshaping the world in transition. And we have a wide variety of speakers who will be covering the post-pandemic mega transition trends like Web 3.0, NFTs, quantum computing, AI, and a huge round of applause to all those speakers who will be sharing their knowledge and experience with you all today. I really want you to be also respectful for those speakers. No phone usage during the conference. So I request you all to please put your phones on the silent mode. Thank you. No talking during the sessions. I will be looking at each one of you. And you will be given a punishment there. Not as IIT style, but school style. All right. With that, and also, speakers, we have an amazing timekeeper sitting in front of you who will be flashing the time. And to the speakers, you will have to be very respectful for the time and the timekeepers. So without wasting much time, let's get a glimpse of IIT Bay Area Leadership Conference 2022.
Hello? Good morning. Is this enough? Okay. Good morning. Thank you. Wow, I don't hear anything. Not enough coffee. Okay. Thank you for showing up. I'm sure a lot of people are coming in, but I want to share something, and there is an underlying message as to why I'm saying this. Yeah, there's some volume here. Hello? Hello? Okay. Yes. So it was roughly 25 days ago, August 2nd. We were having a board meeting, and we are biting our nails, pulling our hair, almost fighting amongst ourselves as to whether we should cancel this event. Why? Not enough people seemed like you guys are not interested. There are only 269 people registered, like less than 1 month to go. And it doesn't make sense to do a conference like this where it's not fair to our speakers, and we already put the program together. But anyway, some of us dug our heels and said, okay, let's push and shove. We're going to go all out and get this. So thank God we did that. And our registration count, not everybody's here, but it's close to 750. So, no, that's good. My question is, guys, why didn't you register early? It just makes everything so much easier. You know, the last 7 days, we had to fight so much with SCC, Santa Clara Convention Center, to try to change things because we have set up things for like food, like coffee, lunch. I'm not sure whether we still have enough. We kept bumping it up every 2 days, and they don't do that. So anyway, I just wanted to share a certain anecdote. That's what has been going on behind the scene. But it's been it's a lot of work to put this together. It takes a lot of effort, but I'm, um, I'm happy that finally we are here. We are where we are. I'm sure over time, although at least 500 people or more than that will show up. So we got a loaded day, as Lochan was mentioning. It's going to be a power-packed 9 hours. So make sure to stay caffeinated. And we made sure that lunch is not heavy. Yeah, it's part of the deal. And but the challenge is to run on time. It's really back-to-back packed. So we need your help on that. Take the breaks, come back from breaks if you want to come back on time. That's the only way you can get to cover everything and try to finish it up by 6 o'clock. So, there's a lot of people. There's going to be more people. It's big space, but it's still closed. COVID is on the sideline, and I'm sure everybody's vaccinated. But feel free to, take your precautions. There are sanitizer stations all around the place. So please use that. I'm not sure we managed to get the masks here or not. We were planning to also offer masks, but one of those things that falls through the crack. So anyway, so let's do a quick overview. Lochan kind of already mentioned, so I'm not going to spend too much time. I'm going to talk a little bit about why this is the theme. It sounds like a bit like cliche. There's lots of overused terms: world, transition, reshaping. But we still decided to do this because of two reasons. One reason, that is, this in-person conference is we are having this like more than 3 years from the last one, 2019. And I think I wouldn't be wrong if I say these 3 years have been significantly transitional in many ways. It's not just COVID. Yes, that was the sort of the big agent, the trigger. But the post-COVID world doesn't look like the pre-COVID world. A lot of things have changed. A classic example. COVID pushed the world to develop vaccine in 18 months. Like, not only it has never been done, nobody thought the pharma biotech world, but now that is the norm of vaccine development. That has shifted. That's a big transition. So, but anyway, we're not going to talk about everything that has happened. We're going to talk about changes or transitions that has happened that are closer to home, something we can relate to all of us because of who we are, Silicon Valley, Bay Area, what we do, something that either we've been a part of or have been impacted by. So, the one thing that we realize as a part of how the globe is transitioning is a subject that's still not out in the open. Like, we don't talk about it every day. And we wanted to bring it out of the closet today, this morning. And that's our sustainability, the global sustainability. I mean, we are all aware of things like global warming. Energy is an issue, renewable energy. A lot of us drive Tesla. We think we are doing our bit, but not really. So we wanted to double click on that and talk about sustainability in a slightly different level. Not slightly, in a different level, like population, water, food, carbon dioxide, and what's its relevance to the tech world. So I guess some of you will agree. Water is a much bigger crisis than oil, for example. In some parts of the world, the human cost of a gallon of water is a lot more than a gallon of gas that we worry about. So what are all those issues that's kind of closing up on us? And then we need to, what can we do about that? Is there an opportunity? Is there a problem? So anyway, so that's going to be our launching pad for the day. And we have our opening keynote speaker who will have here in a few minutes to enlighten us on that. There must be a reason this is important, because a school like Stanford, I hope some of you know this already, recently launched a school 100% dedicated to sustainability, Stanford Doerr School of Sustainability. And it is sponsored by none other than the most iconic Silicon Valley VC, John Doerr. He and a few other investors has put in $1.2 billion. So there must be something there that we probably don't know yet. And to talk about that, there can be no better person than the inaugural dean of that school who is here with us today. So I'll have him up here. Just want to quickly talk about, we're going to follow that up on another subject, which is in the left, right, and center of us, AI. And we're going to look at AI from many different angles. What is that it's doing, what is it not doing, what is not doing well, how to keep it responsible, how it's going to get democratized, how it's reshaping brand building, how it's morphing business models, so on. And then quickly move on to a very core technology area that is quantum computing, and then go to multi-cloud computing, and then talk about an industry that's getting impacted severely and getting reincarnated, that is electronic design automation, EDA. So that's kind of how the day is laid out. Sounds like a lot, but let's see how it goes. We haven't even got to the closing keynote, which I'm not going to talk about. Let's hang around until then and see what our closing keynote speaker has to say. He's a multi-unicorn builder, so I'm not sure about you, but I would like to know what is that he knows that I don't. So let's get started. Let's see if I'm missing anything. A couple of things. Oh, we're going to close with a closing address from our guest of honor, our Consul General, Dr. T.V. Nagendra Prasad. He will be here when we are about to close, and then we'll close it up and go to the next room for our networking hour. So please make sure to take time to see our exhibit hall B, which is the startup showcase, all the sponsors during the breaks, lunchtime. Make sure that there's campus mixer. Right after lunch at 2:10, there's going to be a raffle done by Alaska Air. So if you want to win 2 free tickets round trip to anywhere in US, that includes Hawaii, you need to be here at 2:10. If you're not here and the name is drawn, that's it, we move on. Pick the next one. So with that, let me call up the president of IIT Bay Area, Nidhi Kanodia. Where is Nidhi? Yeah. I'm sure she has a few messages to share with you. Nidhi?
Thank you so much, Arnab. Wow, that's my... Good morning, everyone. It's a privilege to be here, to be standing in front of you and serving this organization and community. And we are a little bit short on time. We wanted to make sure a lot of people come in and then we get started. So I'll be very quick. So this organization have been in existence for a long time with a purpose to serve this community, right? Primarily serve the IIT Bay Area community, but we have reached globally across the world. And we do live by the purpose of serving the alumni and our allies as well. So as you know, in last many, many years, IIT Bay Area Leadership Conference has been our flagship event, one of the big events where everything comes together. You know, we serve the community of 15,000, more than 15,000 alumni in Bay Area, more than 45,000 across US, and many, many more across the world, right? So now on this time, I just want to take a few minutes to put whole thing in perspective that Leadership Conference is one thing where we bring the whole community together. Whatever we did all year long, that has a place for sure. So you'd know what is going on in this organization and what all we are doing. I do want to bring attention to things that we have done so much more, and we are way beyond Leadership Conference. Leadership Conference is our face where you see what is going on right now, but there's so much more. So I want to make sure that you are completely engaged in this organization, you are leveraging our services, and help us do better, right? So just to put things in a little bit more perspective, right? This board that is running this leadership conference and organizing all the activities for you, it came in existence on March 1st. That's 5 months. 5 months, and such big event that Arnab and Lochan already mentioned. It's a big, huge event post-COVID. I mean, we are totally humbled that we are able to pull this level of event. I know, it is amazing. Apart from this, what we have done in last few years, and I'm saying last time when we met here, in the last 3 years, we have raised our engagement level to 700%. And I'm talking just LinkedIn. The number of messages that we get from our community, they are not from just Bay Area or India, across the board. I still remember sitting in first leadership conference volunteer meeting, and we had presence from South Africa, Netherlands, people who want to be part of this organization and want to serve this organization, even if they may not show up in leadership conference next time. So the point is there's so much of trust built in community, and we want to stand by that. We want to do good for that. So few things, I'll just point out quickly because I know we're running short on time. We want to make sure that event runs on time. One thing is our ongoing programs. That is something we started in last board, which means many of you might know there is hiking group, there is book club, there is career series, health series, countless number of things, right? That we started last year, in last board term, with a feeling that probably leadership conference and meeting one time is not enough, and which was not. I mean, we have seen the numbers and engagement go up in that, and that is the number of registration that you see here. It's a result of the engagement that we drove year long. Those number of events doubled in last 5 months. And it's not just our team working, definitely our team is working really, really hard. We have community members leading those. You are the ones who are making that happen, and that's exactly what we wanted. That's our ongoing programs. Another thing, we want to make sure that we are solving the problems that we have in the community. One thing that I have heard personally, many of you have heard as well, recruitment is one of the problem. Whether you talk about startups or whether you talk about candidates who are in the community, they're looking to switch job or just trying to connect with people. We think connection is one of the big things that we make happen, and we want that to happen year long. That is IIT Bay Area Connect. We started that platform. It is our own in-house built platform with all the features. It's a recruitment platform for IITians to start with. And it has already launched. We have bootstrapped it, it's launched. Candidates are already in and companies are getting in now. So that is your one place to get started with recruitment. That's our first service tool. And we plan to make that the future where you guys can come and connect with purpose with your community. That is IIT Bay Area Connect. Apart from that, we have also worked with IITs in India. I have had conversation with many directors in IITs, and they are aware of, they are also leveraging IIT Bay Area Connect. They are also suggesting what else we can do to bring the community closer together to Bay Area. Think of science project or fundraisers that they want to do. We are the center place to make that happen. And so that's our IIT initiatives, and we have a dedicated director who's taking care of that. We're making sure that we are connecting back to our roots. Then there's growth and innovation segment, where one step was IIT Bay Area Connect, then there's much more coming up. Now with all of this, if I keep on talking, I'll take probably 1 hour. So it will be the best to drop by at IIT Bay Area booth and see what is going on. There's a lot for you to see, and definitely visit all the other exhibitor booths as well, because that's why we exist. We exist here to serve. For future, we are going to double down on whatever we did, whether that is service tools, engagement, ongoing programs, and along with that, we're also going to leverage our community better to give you a platform, to give us a platform to meet at the right place for a purpose. We are going to build an advisory board, which will be led by one of the directors in our team, and we are going to make sure that our community and people who have ideas or ways to serve this community better also have a platform to come and meet us and work with us all year long. So there's a lot. There's much more. I think it'll be best that you visit IIT Bay Area booth, and once you leave the leadership conference today, know that there are more ways to engage. It doesn't end here. And that's the final message I want to deliver to you. Engage with us, work with us all year long. Have a great day. I'll see you around. Thanks.